Yeah, hello everybody. Thank you again for bearing with me and staying late in the night of trying to find out the roots of our future. It is good always. A future is always built. It has to be built one by one. It's like building a house, stone by stone, until the wall becomes complete. So that is what we are up to. We are up to building a future, like laying down brick after brick, after brick, after brick, and after brick until the house or the wall is complete. We are committed, and I am committed to do that. I am truly committed. Today, remember that in my topic, the only thing you have to keep in mind is that my agenda is new generational mindset. A new generational mindset. A generation that will build a foundation for a new generation and for the future generation. And that generation, it has to be built now. You and I, we have to build it. But everything is in the mind and the heart. That is the focus, the heart and the mind. Today, in that line of new generational mindset, in the new generation, we are going to look into leadership. You know, leaders are celebrated across the globe, but the type and the nature of leadership that is being celebrated, it's it's like a pain in the heart. It's like a nail in the veins. That celebration is like a spear across the 2 years. We need to understand, and leaders need to understand. You are being given opportunity to serve. You need to understand whom are you serving? Why are you serving? How should you serve? What should you do to ensure that the service you give should be in line with the call of service that you have? That is very important. That is very important, and these are things that leaders must keep in mind. Remember, leadership is a call on fire, a call on fire, and you have to understand the nature of a fire, that a fire burns. A fire burns. So leadership is a call on fire. So if you play with fire, you get burns, you get burnt, and you get lots of burns. So we have to see a leadership as a call from God. But what kind of a heart? What kind and what nature of a heart that every leader should wear? Which kind of a mind that every leader should have? What kind of attitude, character should a leader have? Today, I'm going to speak just a few things, a few things about what a leadership should have, what a leadership should have. How should a great leader be? One, leaders should serve as if they are serving God. Leaders, I'm speaking to leaders across the world, wherever, in whatever capacity you serve. It does not matter. As long as you are in a capacity to lead, what you have to keep in your mind, what you have to keep dreaming and remembering is that leadership should serve. Leaders should serve as if they are serving God. Whoever you are serving, whoever is in front of you, that person in front of you that you are serving, that person in front of you, that person seated in front of you, in seeking for service from you, seeking for service, for help, you have to serve that person as if you are serving God. That means you have to serve the person diligently, with respect, with dignity, with obedience to God, with empathy, with sympathy, filled with love. Those are the kind of an attitude that you should have while serving as a leader. Remember, leaders should serve as if they are serving God. That you must keep in mind. Leaders across the globe, we want a new generation. We want a new world. And a new world has to be built. And you know what? The reason why I'm speaking about leadership is because the leaders have been given opportunity to serve. They have power, they have resources, they have institutions that they can use their power and the resources to change into a better place for a new generation. If they do correctly, everything will run correctly. If they do wrong, the future is ruined. So that one we have to keep in mind. This pains me, but I am speaking to all leaders across the world. It doesn't matter the level of leadership, it does not matter. But what matters, as long as you're a leader, in whatever capacity, you've got to note this. You got to write this one down. Write it down with a pen. Because if you don't, if you miss it, then remember, each and every time, keep remembering that leadership is a call on fire. Leadership is a call on fire. Fire burns. Fire burns. Keep in mind. The second thing is that the leaders must at all cost wear a heart of a parent in the nature of a mother's heart. The leaders must at all cost wear a heart of a parent in the nature of a mother's heart. I will forever praise my mother at all cost. I wish the leaders of the entire world had a heart of my mother. I wish all leaders in the entire world has had a heart of my mother. This world, this universe will be a greater place to live in. This earth will be the most celebrated planet in history if leaders would wear the heart of my mother. I will repeat again. The leaders, if you want to lead, bring a change, create a new generational and an impact into people's life. The leaders across the world, you have to do this. You got to remember this. You have to write it down. You have to remember it every time that the leaders must at all cost wear a heart of a parent in the nature of a mother's heart. And I give you an example that the first and the greatest heart I ever seen in this world is my mother's heart. If all leaders can wear the heart of my mother, this universe would be the most celebrated planet in the universe. I promise you. Second, the second point, we are serious here. These are very serious issue. This is a serious matter, and we have to take it seriously. And now I'm speaking to, and remember, I'm speaking to leaders across the globe. They got to remember this. They have to keep in their mind. They have to write notes. They have to put in their diary and never to forget even a point. Because we are in the line of building a new generation. And for the new generation to be built, for that new generational mindset to be built, for that new generational mindset to be created, then the leaders must act. They must behave. They must have manners. And they must serve as if they are serving God. That is a point that should never run away from your mind. That is a point that you have to remember all the time. Whenever you are sleeping, whenever you are walking on the road, whenever you are inside your car, in your house, the leaders of the earth, you have to remember the leaders across the world, whenever, in whatever capacity you are serving, you have to remember and remind yourself all the time, that every leader must serve as if they are serving God. The leaders must at all cost wear a heart of a parent in the nature of a mother's heart. And I compare that heart I'm talking about to the heart of my mother. Leaders must wear that heart. The second point is that the leaders must know and be aware that it is not those they lead that must sacrifice, but it is themselves who must sacrifice for those they lead. The people you are leading must not sacrifice for you. The reason you are a leader across the globe, all leaders must sacrifice for those whom they lead. If you sacrifice for those you lead, the territories are safe. If every leader across the globe, if every leader in every nation, in whatever capacity you serve, if every leader sacrifices for those that they are leading, if they sacrifice for the benefit of those that they are leading, if every leader sacrifices to the benefit, to the well-being of those they are leading, I'm telling you, the territories are safe, the boundaries are safe day and night, and even where there is darkness, the light shines. Leaders of the world, it is your time. It is your time across the globe to stand up and act. Stand up and create a culture of characters. Leaders across the world, you must stand up and create a culture of mind that will create a new generational mindset. Leaders across the world, you must stand up and know that the service you have, God gave it to you, and the how and the reason and how you should serve as if you are serving God. In that point, you have to take your time and know the nature of God. If you understand the nature of God, you will understand how you should serve, because the service is that you serve as if you are serving God. The leaders must know. I repeat, I will repeat a million times, because this one I want to get sticked into every mind and every leader. The leaders must catch this. You must grab this, and you must remember all the time. You must recall, you must recall, you must cram, you must write it down, because there will be no way out for leaders across the globe for the mistakes they do during their leadership. There will be no way out. Why? Because I'm saying the most important thing here: serve as if you're serving God. And leadership is given by God. Write down those two lines. All right. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. I want people to take notes. I want people to take notes. Take notes. Because what we are talking about here, you might never, ever hear it from anywhere. You will never hear it anywhere. And you have to make good use of it within this opportunity that God has given us, life, that we call this life. I'm speaking to all leaders across the globe. You got to build up your characters. You got to build up your mind and create a heart that will create hearts of new generational mindset. And what is the kind of sacrifice that leaders must give? What kind of sacrifice you should give? Listen, I want the leaders across the globe to listen, to understand, to pay attention, and to the point that the sacrifice, the sacrifice to serve the people must be genuine. One point, keep in mind and never forget it. Write it down. Write it down. Recall it. You are a leader outside there. You are a leader in whatever capacity. Write it down. Write it down and don't let it go, because this is important. The sacrifice to serve the people must be genuine. That is the nature of the heart of a service that you are giving. The sacrifice to serve the people must be genuine, sincere, truthful, and with obedience to God. Mark those words. Every leader hearing me, you're hearing what I'm saying, because everything that you hear can be a blessing, and whatever you hear as well can be a great curse. But how can we make good use of what we hear? And at what circumstances can what we hear turns to be a curse? This is how it works. This is how it works. The great thing you hear turns to be a greater blessing if you make good use of them. That's why Jesus said, let those who have ears hear. But what will happen to those who have ears and fail to hear? That's the question that deserves a great answer. But that answer is with you, not with me. It's with you. Because even myself, I'm searching that answer. Let's search the answer together. The answer we are searching is that Jesus said, let those who have ears hear. But the question that deserves an answer is that what happens to those who have ears but have refused, have failed or refused to hear? That answer, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm searching for that answer. You should search for it. Let's search for that answer. Because that answer, the correct answer that you and I will get, will lead us to realization of the importance of what we are talking about, the importance of the topic that we are talking about. So let's get our acts together. Let's see the light through this. Let's stand up and build a character and create a mindset that will stand the test. Let's create a heart that will stand the test. Remember, all leaders across the globe, you got to understand this. You have to keep this in mind that leadership is a call on fire. And remember this and write it down that fire burns. Second thing you got to remember that you are not made to be a leader, to be served. You are made to be a leader to serve, not to be served. Every leader is made a leader to serve. But how can you serve? That's a question. But that I'll give you an answer for free. You should serve as if you are serving God. Somebody comes on your table in front of you, serve that person as if you are serving God. You heard somebody crying for that person, serve that person as if you are serving God. You heard somebody shouting somewhere, find out why. Serve that person as if you're serving God. We got to get our act together, and we must work so hard in creating a mindset that will build a new generational mindset, a generation that will build a greater future and a foundation that this earth, that will make this earth to be the most, the most, the most admirable planet on earth. And leaders, you are the only one who have that to do that. You got the resources available, you got the power, you got the institutions. If you don't use those to create a new generational mindset into communities, into societies, into multitude of people, so that a new generational mindset can be can be can be can be invented, can be grown, can be thrived, can be realized, then I'm telling you, you have just to remember my words that leadership is a call on fire, and fire burns. Fire burns. Never forget that. Speaking to every leader across the globe, that fire burns. Never forget that. Thank you, everybody. I believe that I have done much little, but I'm not, it's not my intention to do that little. My intention is to do more. I will still be building more because what I will just want more. I want to see more of a new generational mindset. I want to see more of a new generational characters and attitudes. I want to see more of a new generational leadership. I want to see more of a new generational type of service to the people. The leaders sacrifice for those whom you lead. Because if you don't do that, you have to remember leadership is a call on fire, and fire burns. Don't forget that. Never ever forget that. Thank you, everybody. We are in the process of creating a new generational mindset. And a new generational mindset, the base of it is a leadership. The base of a new generational mindset is leadership, because leaders must use all the resources they have, all the resources that they have at their disposal to ensure that they create a new generational mindset with great characters, great attitude, with great integrity, and with great love and obedience to God, and with a great love for each other and to each other. Let's do this. Together, we can make the entire globe a greater place to live in. Thank you, all my viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please share these videos, because I want these videos to reach east to west, to south and to north. Thank you. Thank you. Subscribe, share it, like it. Thank you. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Take care. Thank you.